February is Black History Month. It's estimated African Americans own less than 1% of craft breweries in the U.S. Today, CBSN New York's Lisa Rozner introduces you to a Harlem woman who is mixing things up in the beer industry.
From grain to glass, Celeste Beatty is making hops and history in Harlem while honoring her roots. Nearly 20 years ago, she started the Harlem Brewing Company.
Because of the history here, because of this being the epicenter of African diasporic, African-American culture, music.
Walk into her studio, which she calls her Brewdio, off historic Convent Avenue. You'll see an original dress from the late Ella Fitzgerald. The company's tap handle is a nod to Fitzgerald and other African-American jazz greats like Duke Ellington of Harlem.
I just love this beverage. I had a chance to go to Africa to learn how original beers were made.
The North Carolina native followed the footsteps of family that moved to Harlem in the 50s and 60s.
Reading and learning about the culture, my mother was deeply embedded in everything from Kwanzaa to, Black history, history in Africa.
She originally wanted to mediate overseas political conflicts, but found she could bring people together at a different kind of table.
A friend of mine said, you like cooking with all this stuff. Why don't you make your own beer? So I got the kit as a gift, and it sat in my closet for a while. I said, I think I could do this. After a few more times, it actually turned out to be beer.
She now teaches classes out of her home. Two people who met there are engaged. And what happens here?
We learn all about brewing. People come, they experience the brewing process. There's so many different herbs and plants that you can make beer from. The aromas, I love aromas. Everything inside of you is awakened by smelling.
Not only did she start brewing in Harlem, but each beer is a toast to the spirit and flavors of Harlem.
Our flagship brand, Harlem Sugar Hill Golden Ale, our Harlem Renaissance Wit. It's the 100th anniversary of the Renaissance, 1920-2020. We also have our Harlem 125th Street IPA, which is a celebration of one of the most iconic streets in the world.
She says local restaurants like Mama Sushi and the iconic Sylvia's carrying the beer have been crucial to her business, and she wants other Black brewers, especially women, to join her in raising the bar.
I was recently at a beer festival. There were probably 25 Black breweries there. Of those, there were probably 4 or 5 women.
So what are some of the challenges that you've faced?
I have to tell people 2-3 times who I am, what I do. A lot of times I don't mention that I'm the owner or brewer. I am constantly at this point looking for the no's. I love for people to turn me down.
Because it only motivates her more. She just opened a brewery with another Black brewer, Brianna Brake, in North Carolina, mixing things up in the billion-dollar beer industry, and this is only the beginning. In Harlem, Lisa Rozner, CBSN, New York.
And we will be celebrating Black History Month all month long on CBSN New York and CBS 2. We also have a special section on our website for Black History Month at cbsnewyork.com.